Coyle and welcome to episode 5 of The Beginning Saxophonist, tonguing and first notes. Alright, so let's start with tonguing. So tonguing can be really confusing for a lot of saxophone players starting out. First of all, when you're tonguing, you want to physically put your tongue on the reed. A lot of beginning players and older players, people who've been playing for a while, struggle with breath tonguing. So tonguing using their breath, starting their notes, articulating their notes, just using their air and not their tongue. Instead of. So in the first one, I was just kind of puffing out breaths of air. The second one, I was using my tongue. Okay, so how you tongue with your tongue is you want to use the very tip of your tongue, not the middle, and you want to touch the very tip of the reed, not the middle. That's another common problem people have, is playing with the middle of their tongue or playing on the middle of the reed. So you want to touch the very tip of your tongue to the very tip of the reed, and imagine this is your tongue. You kind of want to just tap it. So you don't want to hold it on for a very long time because that just cuts off the sound. You just kind of want to tap it and come away. And that just starts each note. So the tonguing is meant to start the note. So try just on a single note. Let's learn B to start out with. So this is B. B is going to be just your left hand, your index finger, and you'll just press that down. And try, first of all, just try holding it out. Now try tonguing it. So again, you'll touch the very tip of your tongue to the tip of the reed, and you'll just tap it and back off. So just tap it, back away. And that tap is just to start the note, and then you can hold it out as long as you want after that. So try practicing that for a little bit. Alright, so let's learn a couple more notes. So we've got B, index finger, left hand. For A, add your middle finger, left hand. So it'll just be those two will be A. And then G will be all three. So it'll be these three fingers on your left hand will be G. So with those three notes, you can play your first song, Hot Cross Buns. So Hot Cross Buns is just gonna go like this. It'll be B, A, G. B, A, G. G, 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 A, B, A, G. So I'll play that. Now when you try that song, focus on tonguing the start of each note. So again, tip of tongue to tip of reed. Can't say it enough times. Just keep remembering that tip of tongue to tip of reed. Like I explained in the last video, try to focus on keeping your tongue in that E position, having it E and then coming down to meet the reed. And try to keep your air going. So that's another problem that people have commonly starting out, is that they try to control the notes with their breath instead of their tongue. So they try to force the notes out or force out breaths of air for each note instead of keeping the air moving forward and just letting the tongue start the notes. So the difference in sound instead of in that second one, it sounds just a lot more clean. You can sustain the notes a lot better, and you just have a lot more control over the beginning of the note. So really focus on keeping that air moving. You want to make sure that you're not closing off in your throat. So just kind of think nice and open. Let that air flow through like it does just when you're normally breathing. Don't try to do anything extra with your throat. Another note, lots of beginners early on have trouble with puffing out their cheeks. That's really common. Like just really like puffing out their cheeks, and they can't figure out how to not do that. So how to not puff your cheeks, if you really focus on activating those muscles in your cheeks, so instead of just like blowing and letting everything just go, focus on these muscles in your face and just tightening them in, and really focusing on the corners of your mouth, tightening them in. I think that'll really help to not puff your cheeks. If you start out having issues with puffing your cheeks, it can be a bad habit to break, but if you just keep on it, practice in a mirror, just like look in that mirror and catch yourself anytime that you are puffing out your cheeks while you're playing, that's gonna help a lot. So really try to catch that right away so it doesn't become more of a problem. All right, so now you know the basics of tonguing, what to avoid when you're trying to tongue and play notes, and your first 3 notes, B, A, and G. Go ahead and practice that hot cross buns, and I'll see you on the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe so you know when I have new videos out. See you next time.